everybody's microphone wet.
It's yours, I think. They're going for you. I see Roy's been talking to you.
About what?
Coca-Cola's.
Oh, no. I probably have about 10 a year. I'm not a big Coke guy, but sometimes I like them. Okay, first off, I think probably the most prudent thing that I could probably say is that I know that there's a lot of people that would like to ask an awful lot of questions about the NCAA review. And as I have redundantly said throughout the course of today, there's just no way that I can comment right now. The NCAA has said that one of the fastest ways to get this process to happen as quickly as possible is for as few things to have to comment in the newspaper. So they've asked us not to talk. So unfortunately, I'll not be able to answer a lot of those questions. Try to talk about our team, talk about the players on our team, some of the things that we're trying to do during the course of training camp, talk about the season, but I'll try to cooperate and help you as much as possible.
How about the uncertainty of whether or not, who's going to be there, who might not be there, that kind of thing?
That's the other thing that probably falls into the same category, is that speculative questions, right now, it's very difficult. It's like asking any of the other 11 head coaches, well, what would happen if Christian Ponder breaks his leg playing sand volleyball this weekend? Who knows? I mean, I don't have a crystal ball, and I can't tell you what the future holds.
Do you have a policy if we got to, let's say, the week of the game or something and there's an NCAA investigation going on, but they haven't said anything, do you have a policy about holding guys out that are in a situation like that?
Again, all of that is just dealing with hypotheticals. I mean, give me a specific fact, tell me exactly what happened, and I'll be able to tell you, I've gone through similar type of situations at the University of Miami. This is not the first situation where I have seen similar types of things. There's been other things around the country that you can see how things have unfolded, and you just try to make the best decision when and given the facts that you're going to be given.
Is this something that you feel like will be dealt with one way or the other before the season starts, or is this something that could linger on into the season?
Again, it's one of those speculative questions. I do know this. I think our institution has done absolutely everything that they can from a compliance standpoint. We've cooperated with the NCAA. The feedback that we got from them is that the more cooperative, the more help that you can provide, the faster that these things move along. But, I don't know how it's progressing at any of the other institutions around the country and how those things, whether we're the first and somebody else is going to be the 10th, I can't tell you.
But is there any possible solution you have so that you and other schools aren't in the same situation next year and the year after and the year after that?
Well, that's been a hot topic question today. I don't think that there's any one single group that can solve this problem. I don't think the NCAA can. I don't think that institutions can. I think it's going to take a cooperative effort out of a lot of people. I think, there's going to be a certain element of help that you could get from the NFL. You can get a certain amount of help from the Players Association. You can get a certain amount of help from the actual agents themselves, of policing themselves, and them talk. Because one thing, there are a lot of very good agents. I mean, I think that there are some people that have a tremendous amount of credibility. They have character. They have, they have the best interest of the kid involved, and they would never try to put a kid in a situation. And we're not even talking about those kinds of people, but agents themselves can certainly do some of it. Institutions, compliance people, coaches, players, parents. There's a lot of people that need to be co-opted into, making this. I don't think that this is something that just manifested itself in the last 60 days. It's probably a byproduct of things that potentially might have been going on for the better part of the last, at least 2003, as in the case of the one case that's already been adjudicated.
Will you suspend Vaughn for the season opener?
No.
Coach, are you in contact with the NCAA at all, or are
no.
you just sitting and waiting?
It's not our role. I mean, right now, the ball is certainly it's in their court. I mean, they've done their role, we've done our role, and now, you just wait until, until further notice.
Will they tell you that if it can move fast if there's no comments in the paper and stuff like that? Have they said how fast it could move then?
No.
Coach, you're meticulous in your preparation with the meetings with your underclassmen. when you give them information about going to the NFL and making their decision. What did you tell them when you knew in December that they would have this opportunity to have contact with agents?
Yeah,
what
Joe,
was your advice to them?
One of the things we've tried to be as an institution, we've tried to be extraordinarily proactive with all of our kids multiple times throughout the course of the season and just during the course of the year of talking about, here are the things. Our compliance people meet with them, coaches meet with them. We talk about things. We bring in outside entities to talk to our players to try to educate them to the best of our ability. And we'll continue to do that. We're currently we're looking at are there ways that we could do this even better? And, there are people outside, agencies and people that we could co-opt to get them to come in, to help in the presentations. And it's something that will be under review, and we'll try to see if there's a way that we can make it better.
We've talked a lot about agents and their role.
How did you avoid making this a stretch when you dealt with these issues in the past?
Well, some of the things that you deal with your football team, you deal with the anticipation of the unexpected. I can't tell you today what the weather's going to be like for any of our games. Are we going to play in a driving rainstorm? Is there going to be sleet? Is there going to be, bad weather? Are we going to get bad officiating calls? I can't tell you. All I can tell you is that we talk to our players that when something that presents itself in the face of adversity, how are you going to react to it? How are you going to handle it? Who's going to get hurt? Last year we had any number of, I think we had like 13 players that were either missed either 2 games or more throughout the course of the season. We didn't know that before the season started, but you have to talk about, somebody's got to step up, somebody's got to fill the role if this guy gets hurt, and the same could be true in any situation.
We've talked a lot about what the
agents... an issue with the Des Bryant situation last year. Are you confident that whatever players of yours have spoken to the NCAA have been honest with them and honest with you?
Well, again, it goes to the thing, the only thing that I will tell you, the only instruction that we gave the players was tell the truth. That's the only smart, rational instructions that you could tell anybody is just tell the truth.
You sit here with confidence, believing that was the case?
Like I said, we told our players that's what we told them.
Coach, there's been a lot of talk about what an agent's role is in this situation, investigation. What is the coach's role, though? What is a realistic expectation? We've heard coaches who have had legal problems with players say, I can't babysit 85 guys, or I can't babysit, the whole entire team. What do you feel is your responsibility to these players?
Just try to provide them with the best information that you possibly can. You treat them as though they're your children. That if your child comes to you and says, Dad, I got a question. Can I ask you about this? What do you think about that? All you can do is give an opinion. You cannot tell them what exactly that they should or shouldn't do. There's not one single coach I've ever known that's ever tried to get involved with trying to pick agents for kids and do this, do that. You tell them hypothetical situations or situations that you know of that have happened in different places. So, you try to educate them the best you can. You try to help cooperate with your administration, your compliance department, and hopefully they'll continue to make better decisions.
A minute ago, you were just saying reacting to adversity, whether it's weather, injuries, or anything like that. How do you feel like the team as a whole has been reacting to just kind of having this hanging over?
I think they're excited about the football game, about getting started with the season. August 6th comes up, training camp gets started. I think guys are anxious, just because, the expectations of the season, team, they're looking forward to it. We had a very good, productive spring practice. I think we've had a very good, productive summer conditioning. Guys are looking forward to kind of getting started.
You talk about the expectations. The media here picked you guys to finish 4th in the Coastal Division. How much do you think that has to do with all the things that have been going on the last couple of weeks, or just because it's a tough division?
I would be the last person to ask. I would ask the people that voted.
Coach, you mentioned Miami. Your reputation at Miami was pristine, one that inherited an awful situation and turned it into one of the best ones. It has to wound you then that your reputation takes a hit, at least somewhat, by osmosis with this situation.
Yeah. All I can do, Joe, is do the best you can with your players. We'll start again in 2 weeks, and we'll start educating the kids about future ways to make good decisions on and off the field. And the one thing I can tell you